All right, guys. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to actually write content, right? A lot of people are asking me, not just in the program, but also people who are reading my content, and they're asking me how do you actually write content, and how do you get leads from it, how do you get sales from it, right? So this is the same question that I used to ask when I started in the journey of digital marketing, right? Like, how do brands write content, and how are they getting so much engagement, how are they getting so many followers, and accordingly more business as well, right? So since I started asking these questions, I actually went deep and started researching articles, buy all these courses, and it was getting too complicated for me to understand. There were different types of jargons used and different types of the things that were being taught in the courses that I used to buy, right? And a lot of people are complicating writing content, but if you think about it, right, it's really simple. As you can see in front of you, there is a quote by Tony Robbins that people will do more to avoid pain than they do to gain pleasure. Now, what does this mean? Right now, if you try to understand this quote, so what he's trying to say is that everybody, right, me, you, and all of us, all the people in the world are in the end we are the same, right? We are wired the same, we are created the same, right? So all of us, we want to avoid certain kinds of pain in our lives, be it financial pains, or be it relationship pains, or be it like health problems. So nobody wants to have debts, nobody wants to live a life alone, right? We all want to be with someone, and we all want to have a comfortable life, and also we want to be healthy, right? So when we think about it, these are the only three things at the core that most of us want. Of course, as people grow, they have certain different aspects. They want more power, they want more freedom, they want certain other things, but in the end it's all about feeling good, right? It's all about moving away from pain towards towards feeling pleasure, which is feeling good about ourselves, right? And feeling that we are something, we are doing something, and of feeling happy, in short. So now that we understand the basic human psychology, and how humans think, everybody, right, all we need to do is we need to talk in a way where we are able to accomplish this particular kind of this kind of like a psychology. If we are able to achieve this, if we are able to hit the right things from our content, that's when we will can automatically get more engagement, get more followers. And to do this, we really need to have a strong foundation in terms of having our niche defined, and having a great offer, and knowing who we are going to speak with. And if you're watching this video, you already have a bit more idea now. Maybe you already have very clear idea, but at least you are far better than maybe what you were when you started. You have a bit more idea about who you're going to target, who you're going to speak with online, right? Remember that apart from the sales calls that you will take, you also have to start communicating with your audience via your content, right? The more you share your message, you are actually speaking to them daily, right? You're having conversations with them daily. And a lot of these people will start to reply back through comments, through post engagement, like heart, or like, right? So this is how you start communicating with your audience, because you know that your audience has a pain. They are going through a pain point, and they are looking for a solution. And the product or the offer that you have is just going to help them do that. And what you're going to do through your content is you're just going to communicate the same thing, right? You're going to help them understand that the pain points that you're going through I have also gone through, and my product or my service can help you solve that problem. Obviously not so directly, but this is actually what everybody is doing, right? All of us, you see any account, you see any brand online, or any influencer, everybody is trying to do the same thing. But as you practice this, you will have very creative ways to kind of revolve around the same basic kind of core, which is helping your audience come out of a pain point and achieve their dream goals or gain pleasure. So now that you understand this, let's quickly take a look at the 5 steps framework to write high converting content, right? So like knowing this may not be enough. You still need to have like a step by step framework on how to actually write content. So this is why I've created this. Now this is something that like I have personally created. You created, as in I personally have kind of used this framework or a framework a lot. I use it daily, and this is the same thing that if you master it, you will also kind of start getting better at it. And again, a lot of these at least the one concept that I will teach you from this is something that I've learned from Russell Brunson, and we'll talk about that later. But the 5 steps framework to write high converting content is in front of your screens. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, who are we writing this content for, right? Or who is this content for, in simple terms? So maybe you are trying to, so by the way, we are not talking about only text based content over here. Content can be anything. It can be a video as well, it can be a PDF, it can be like a carousel post, right? It can be a reel, it can be like a blog, right? It can be anything. The content format is not what we are discussing. What we are discussing is the framework or the psychology behind writing content, right? So who is this content for? That is your niche, right? So again, now you can relate why those assignments that you did were so important, because you will now be able to connect all the dots over here, right? So if you know your niche, then you should be able to easily quickly write this over here. So example, agency owners and service based business owners or coaches, this is my niche, right? So who is your niche? Who are you writing content for? Obviously every content piece is written for someone, right? You are communicating with someone. You're not obviously writing just for the sake of writing, right? You're speaking with someone. That's the first thing. What are the current pain points that they are running away from, right? So again, while you're communicating, you have to know that they have a certain problem that now we are going to talk about from your through your post, right? This is what you're going to do. So in my case, my audience is like doing cold outreach, or they're trying to run paid ads, get clients, and currently they have inconsistent cash flow due to competition, right, or lack of leads, right? And they don't have a clear strategy to generate leads, right? So these are some of the problems that my pain point is, my current clients or potential clients are facing. And they are getting low ticket clients, right? So again, if you are someone who is a coach or agency owner or freelancer, you might have experienced this problem as well, that people are not ready to pay a lot of money. So this is some of the problems that my target audience or are facing. Again, this is the same thing that you have to figure out, right? And again, if you have done your assignments properly, you now know exactly what your niche is, like what problem your niche has, right? So you'll quickly you'll be able to fill this up fast as well. What is the desired result they are running towards, right? So again, this is a goal that they're running towards. So again, better way to get clients organically, because they'll save a lot of budget. And if they don't have budget, and if they're doing cold outreach, then they'll avoid all that rejection and frustrations and all that, right? Making consistent 5 to 10K month organically, this is a minimum goal that most of my target audience has. So again, for your target audience, you also need to know what is it that they're looking for. and getting better quality clients via the high ticket offer. So this is what I filled up. Now, very important over here, are you able to link your offer, right, or your product or your service, its benefits, right, its USPs, right, unique selling propositions, what differentiates your product from everybody else, achievements that you've had so far, right? Personal achievements, personal stories, right? This is where we also will talk about a bit more personal experiences, personal stories. What are the transformations that you personally, as a company owner or as a marketing lead, has had in your life that can actually inspire your audience, right? Inspirational messages, right? Company achievements, right? If you are a big organization, or maybe if you're in the business for a long time and you have received certain awards, or maybe you have achieved certain milestones in terms of revenue, in terms of clients, these are some of the things that you can talk about. News, right? Latest news if you have, or talking about your own team, right? Client results, etc. All these things are various things that you can talk about that eventually will link your offer, and will speak to your dream client who is following you, and help them move away from their pain towards their pleasure, right? Because when they see an inspirational message, they'll get inspired and they'll want to take action. When they see company achievements, they'll get inspired, they'll feel that okay, yes, this is a good company to work with, they'll get trust, and they'll work with you. Client results, again, very inspirational type of post, and they'll want to work with you, right? And benefits and USPs, some people, they love to see the technical part of a product, right? They don't want, they don't want to see achievements and all that. They just want to know that how can your product specifically solve the problem. So every angle are covered over here, and this is how you can come up with ideas, right? That okay, today you can talk about a USP, or maybe tomorrow you can talk about a story, or you can share an inspirational message with your audience. So these are some of the ways you are eventually going to help your dream audience communicate. First you're going to communicate with them, and then eventually help them move away from their pain point towards a desired goal through your content, because eventually that's what you have to do when they once they buy from you as well, right? If you think about it, content is doing the same job that your product is going to do for them, but content is doing for free, right? Your product is going to do, once obviously they pay you, but the content is going to do the same job for free. That's how you look at content. Every content piece is important, and you have to make sure that you give a topmost value. The last point, this is something that I mentioned earlier, this is something that I've learned and implemented a lot. I learned from Russell Brunson, he uses this a lot, and a lot of entrepreneurs are using this, which is called as hook story offer, right? So does your content have an attention grabbing hook, right? So again, we are in the age of social media, everybody is sharing some other form of content, and you really need to know how to stand out from your audience, or stand out from your from other people or your competitors, right? So if you can, and again, this will take practice. It's not that just by knowing this concept you'll get better at it, but yes, knowing will help you start, think differently, think more creative, not just do standard stuff. So does your content have an attention grabbing hook, right? So again, hook is something that will really get attention of your audience. Everybody has very limited attention these days, and while they're scrolling their news feed, or the Instagram feed, is your image, is your video, is your text, is your whole content piece in itself, is it able to stop them to scroll whatever they do, whatever they were doing, and made them wait, that oh wow, what is this looks interesting, this looks something that I can learn from, or I can use, or I can just watch, at least give it a few minutes of my time. So if you are able to do this, this is the first step, right? If you are able to capture the attention of your audience, and then make them stay on your content through your story, through your message, through your value, that okay, once they are, or like once they we once they kind of stop to see your content, now they're consuming your content through your story, through your post, And finally, are if your post, if your content has a call to action or an offer, right? So hook story offer, if your post has a call to action, and if they are doing that action, let's say for example, if they are commenting on your post, they were scrolling, they waited, they stopped, they liked your hook, they saw the video, or they read the post, and now at the end of the post it's mentioned comment below, dream, or comment below content if you're interested. And once they read that, they actually like the content that they just read, they like the content that they just watched, like the video that they just watched, and now they actually want to take an action because it connected with them, and they will just comment below, dream, or content, or whatever you ask them to do, right? You may have asked them to just like the post, you may have asked them to just share the post. It can be anything, right? It can be multiple CTAs, but the point is that they have to take an action on whatever you are trying to do, to tell them to do. And if they are doing all these three, then you have really build relationship with that person through your content, and you have done your job. Now you can take that relationship a bit forward through having a proper conversation with them, and accordingly take it forward from there. But again, we'll discuss all that part later. But for this particular post, or for this particular video, the job, or our job right now is just to write great content so that our audience starts to take action on our content. They start to engage with us a bit more, because the more they engage with us, the better we will be able to have better conversations with them, and then accordingly have like a better future with them, by turning them into our clients. But if we are not able to achieve all these things, right, like if you're not able to capture the attention, if you're not able to write a compelling story that connects with our product and all these about things that I just told, and if our audience does not see themselves going away from their pain and moving towards a pleasure through your content or your message, they will not proceed further to do business with you. So they have to see what is it in for them, right, before they actually book a call with you. And content is your way to convince them that you're the right person for or like you're the right person to help them, right? So that's what you need to master every single day. This is a long term skill. This is not something that you'll be able to do it overnight. You need to continuously do this day in and day out, every single day, for the rest of your life. But don't overwhelm yourself right now. Start with simple stuff, start practicing it daily. And this is something that you'll not be able to avoid if you want to be in business for a long time. For companies, for brands, for people who avoid writing content, avoid posting content consistently, they will sooner or later will be overtaken by the competitors, because the competitors are posting content continuously, and they're running ads at the same time. So it's going to be like a huge gap. But if you're at least posting content at the initial stages of your business consistently, then you'll have a solid foundation, and you can really understand more about your market as well, and your audience as well, right? So with that being said, I've shared a sample post for you. So if you see, this is a hook, right? And I've not shared the image over here, but just like the copy. So if you see, this is the story I've put, hook story, and the offer is over here. Like comment below my time if you're going to make it happen in 2020. So this is my like call to action, which is comment below. So what I want you to do is I want you to follow this particular 5 step framework and write a content about your offer that you just created, right? Or maybe you can use anything, right? Any of these points you can use. You can talk about your story, you can share an inspirational message, or talk about client results, case studies, etc., right? Anything, it can be anything. There's no restrictions, you can choose any of these points. But write content that connects your offer that you just created, or offer that you have, and write post about it. And keep your post less than 400 words, because it'll be easy for your audience to read quickly. Because again, as we know, social media, nobody comes on social media to read lengthy post. And sometimes I struggle to do this, because I sometimes end up writing a lot of words. But I'm working on it. And even though people will see a lengthy post, they'll at least skim through it, right? If you're able to capture the attention, and people do read posts, by the way, not that they don't read posts, and but you just need to learn how to capture the attention. But if it's too long, then mostly they'll skip. But if it's less than 400, then they will for sure read. So with that being said, just keep the post 400 words or less. Use Grammarly to proofread your content, because you don't want to look like someone who is making grammatical errors. So just use this tool, which will help you, and I'm sure you must be aware of this tool as well. But in case you're not, you can also download the extension, a Chrome extension. If you see, I have it over here. It helps all the stuff that you write to make sure that it's grammatically correct. And trust me, nobody's great in English. Everybody makes mistakes, even the best of us, right? So just use this tool to reduce your job and make sure your content looks a bit more professional. And use FB formatter tool to bold headlines and important punchlines. So if you see this headline, this particular line is in bold, right? So how to how to paste it bold as well on Facebook. You can use this tool, and you can you like kind of bold all these punchlines as well, and you will know what exactly to punchline, or what exactly to bold when you write content, right? So if you see, even the hook, the title is also in bold. So just keep 3 or 4 lines as bold, not more, because it will look very you should not you should not go overboard with bolding stuff. Just keep it simple. You can use few emojis if you want, but try to write like a text post. I know a lot of you are not into writing text post. It's a very challenging thing to do, because it really uses a lot of your mental strength, right? It's like going to work out, but for the mind. And that's what I want you to learn, right? Because if you can master copywriting, if you can master content writing, then trust me, you can make a lot of money, and you'll really be smarter and sharper than everybody else. Learn to write content. That's the most highly paid skill. People, they these days they keep going live on Facebook. They're avoiding to write content. But and they talk about entrepreneurs who are doing great, and all these things. But I just wanted to tell you, or share this thing, that most of the entrepreneurs these days are reading so many books, right? Like traffic secrets and .com secrets. But if you actually think about it, Russell Benson and all these top guys, everybody's an author, right? They have mastered writing first in their life, and after that they entered into into video. So if you really want to become successful and stand out from everybody else, then you first need to master writing. Then you can master speaking. That's something that you should focus on, because content is everywhere. Content is on your emails, content is on your funnels, content is on your on your social media posts, right? Everywhere you'll see content. So if you know how to write effective content, high converting content that is able to communicate with your audience and convert them, make them do some make them take an action, then you can actually make money. But if you're not able to do that, you'll not be able to make money, right? You can't send videos to your list on email, right? You have to send them like text based content. So eventually you'll have to learn the art of writing content. There's no other way around this. But slowly practice this, and you can start writing over here. As you can see, step 1, write the post as per the 5-step framework below. The next step you need to do is you need to post it on your wall, and third, share it in your dream group. If you want, you can first send it to me. I'll review it, if and I'll help you correct if anything is like requires any correction, of course. And if not, then go ahead, just share it on your wall and share it in a dream group, so that you kind of leverage all the hard work that you've put, and let the world know your story, your message, and all these things. Of course, if it's a bit more about your product, then don't share it, because your group, other groups will not approve it. But if it's a inspirational message, a story, then go ahead and share it, because everybody would love to read that. So yeah, this is about 5 steps framework to writing high converting content. I hope this particular video helps you to kind of understand how to write content, how to think about writing content, and rest everything else is just going to be pure practice. And never stop writing content, because it's the only thing that will help you make a lot of money over long period of time. All right, so with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.